Alrighty, I am here. It is noon. I repositioned my camera. I am working hard on figuring out this whole entire setting so that it works for everything. So super excited. It is Sunday. It is a new week. We have lots of great stuff to talk about this week, and I think of everything that I have talked about. What we're talking about this week is the most important. Okay, developing the capability to to like understand where you are, what you think about it, and how it makes you feel, and how you've created that reality, and then what new reality you want is all the work that we've done. Okay, and it's amazing, important work taken together. It's like a month's worth of work. I had an amazing April. I learned so much about myself. I created so many interesting results, and now those results are all neutral, right? Which I'm half saying out loud because I have to remind myself, right? Results that you make in your life are neutral, whether it's a weight on a scale or the number of drinks you drink or whatever work you get accomplished, it's neutral, right? And anything that happened in the past is neutral. But this week, I want to talk about and coach you out of the tendency to not make it neutral and make it something about you. Okay. And that's a very natural, very human tendency. It's like something we're taught, okay, because we are taught, like if you look at our language, we are taught that somebody can make somebody feel a certain way, which is never true, okay? Johnny can never make Timmy feel bad. Timmy feels bad because of his thoughts about what Johnny is doing, okay? And that's the work we do on like relationship Saturdays. But I want to take that and I want to focus in on our relationships with ourselves, okay? Because beating the stuffing out of yourself when something goes wrong is completely human, okay? And for those of us who are high achievers out there, or who, not necessarily high achievers, I say that, scratch that. I don't want to say high achievers. People out there who have generally been rewarded for doing things right, okay? There are whole segments of our society that are given accolades pretty much for just showing up, right? There are whole segments of our society who show up and get no accolades, right? Who show up, excel, and get no accolades. But there are like a ton of people out there for whom most of their lives, all they've had to do is show up and put in some effort, and they would get rewarded for that, right? But in everybody's life, what will eventually happen is you will try and do something, you will try and create a result that is beyond your capabilities. If you are interested in living a life that's different than the one that you have now. And when we try and create a result that is beyond the capabilities we have right now, then we will start to put ourselves in a situation that is unfamiliar and uncomfortable. And the first thing that your brain is going to do is freak the F out and tell you in no uncertain terms, something is definitely going wrong here. Something is absolutely wrong here, okay? And that is your hindbrain doing what hindbrains do in trying to keep you safe, okay? And so if you are trying to increase the amount of production you're doing, whether you are like producing pigs or like vegetables or whatever it is that you produce at work, right? You could produce Facebook videos at work, for heaven's sakes. when you look at doing that and you look at creating a new result, it is a learned and learnable skill not to beat the tar out of yourself. Okay. And I know this because I am constantly in the process of telling myself this, right? So, did I make my goal? I promised you on May 3rd I would tell you whether or not I made my goal, and I didn't. But I learned so much getting there. Guys, I'm so proud of myself for signing the clients that I did sign, because I did sign clients. I am so proud of myself for understanding the results that I did create and recognizing my 100% responsibility for them. Okay. Because what I ended up doing at the end of the week, when I realized I wasn't going to make those 5 clients, is I really dove into, and I was doing the work this morning, how the circumstance of a goal of 5 clients is not neutral to me. I really meant it means something, made it mean something. And then I got into this really negative spiral, and I really beat the tar out of myself for the past couple of days for not making that. And I recognized that probably this morning when I was doing my coaching, like when I sit down. So self-coaching, I don't know that everybody knows this, but self-coaching is the process I use whereby I ask myself all of those water and strive and light questions. Okay. So my May workbook that I'm doing with my people is the workbook that I am using for the month. I use the April work, like I use my own workbooks. And so what I recognized is that, and this was so super interesting. What I recognized is that in my business of process implementation with people, that I, in my setting a goal of selling 5, was not being a product of my product. Okay. Because what is my product? It's systems. What haven't I set into place well enough to sell lockers or sell coaching? Systems. Okay. Guys, systems are neutral. Whether it's a lean processing system, a HACCP system, an ISO system, a CE system to sell in Europe, like the systems themselves are neutral. And I'm making it about myself. And I totally recognized that this morning. And it was like a light bulb went off. Because all I need to do is put the system in place. I'm so confident with my products. I'm so confident in my people, right? And now the power lies within me to change my belief about myself, okay, and what it means when somebody says no. When somebody says no, it doesn't mean anything about me. It's them saying no, and it's all of remember, it's like their relationship with me in their head is about their no, right? And then my relationship with them is all in my head, okay? And I can think whatever it is that I want about it. And I choose to think empowering thoughts about it, that they got exactly, even if they said no, they got exactly what they need, even if that answer is finding another consultant. And that's super freeing because it allows me to go and work with the people who I'm really meant to work with, which is really awesome, right? Which I hope for everybody to be able to do. Okay. And so, but what I recognized is that I'm not being a product of my product. And anybody who's in coaching with me, who's watching these is, I say that to y'all all the time. Are you being a product of your product? Right? Looks like you're not being a product of your product. And I realized I wasn't being a product of my product. And that's what I mean about self-coaching, is coming to that realization. Okay. So I came to that realization at about 9 o'clock this morning. Okay. And here are my options. Okay. I can beat the tar out of myself and say, I am so dumb. Or I can come at it from curiosity. Now, I'm not going to lie. Okay. Life is still 50-50. And I had about 15 minutes of drama where I dove in, okay, and I was beating myself up over not meeting my goal, not having a system that works well enough to actually sell, not being a product of my products, and all of these thoughts that I had about my circumstance around my goal that I didn't meet within the time frame I gave myself, right? Because that's completely human. That's what people do. But here's the difference, okay? And here's why sitting down and doing this work is so powerful, is because I recognized that I was beating the tar out of myself, that I felt horrible, that the poodle in my head was screeching at me. Okay. And that's where that feeling horrible is. When I am spiraling into we call it a cactus of not good enough, it's the poodle in my head going, rah, 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 rah. Okay, everybody knows that poodle, right? You've all met that poodle. The one in my head happens to be gray and she has terrible teeth. All my veterinarian friends know exactly what I'm talking about. Right? And so I sat there, but I just kept writing. And I was able to say, oh, look at me. I'm creating this cactus in my mind. All right. And we call it hugging the cactus, you know, and when you hug a cactus, it's like prickly and it hurts. And I was able to recognize that I was really beating the tar out of myself. And I was able to pause and stop doing that. Because what happens is when you start beating the stuffing out of yourself, okay, you reinforce the idea that something's really going wrong here, okay? And that is an idea your brain loves, okay? Your brain loves the idea that there's something really going wrong here, because then we can launch into problem solving, then we can blame other people, and then we never have to go and do anything different in the world, okay? And you've got to stay there for as long as you recognize, until you recognize how poorly that cactus is serving you. And this week is truly about learning to recognize our cacti and to put them down. Okay. Now, we're so used to hugging the cactus. Okay. You'll pick it back up again. Okay. And you will get that relief in your brain that comes with the known, okay? Because remember, when we declared results last week, all of that is unknown, okay? And that will cause your brain to freak out. Your brain is very comfortable beating the stuffing out of yourself because 99% of us do that all the time, okay? So we will move from practicing and developing capabilities in the unknown back to beating the stuffing out of ourselves because that's easy and we know how to do it, okay? It takes a lot of training. I mean, guys, I'm a certified life coach, right? And I have been in this, I think if I look back, I've probably been in this spiral since about Thursday. And I recognized it at 9 o'clock this morning. And I have done hours of work between now and last Thursday. I've gone to coaching, I've gotten coached, I've coached myself, I've coached other people. Like, I've done a lot of work, right? And it's totally fine because it's totally human, right? And we are the humans doing the human thing, trying to feel better, right? And so you're always going to default to beating yourself up. And all you need to do is identify where in your body you feel it. And feels like a buzzing in my head. I don't have any other way to explain it. Where does beating the stuffing out of yourself, where do you feel that in your body? Okay. Because it's once you identify that and you drop back into your body and feeling the sensations in your body, because a feeling is something that creates a sensation in your body. So sensation is your body is like your adrenal glands going whoosh, or getting a bellyache when you're afraid, or your throat constricting when you're trying to get something out and you're being super vulnerable. Okay, those are all like sensations in your body. Okay, when you do this work enough, and I'm talking like 20 minutes a day, you do not have to do the 2 hours a day that I do unless you want to make those results, right? But when you do this work like 20 minutes a day, okay, you start recognizing those sensations and being like, oh, wait, that doesn't feel good. And I tell you what, like you're going to laugh at me, but I'm going to talk about this more tomorrow. What is keeping me from now losing the 6 pounds, because I lost another pound this week, losing the 6 pounds to be at my goal weight, is recognizing when my stomach hurts and stopping eating anyway, right? And being afraid that this is my last meal of the day and I'm not eating again until tomorrow morning, and not eating when I am uncomfortable. Okay, intellectually, it sounds like that should be super easy, and I assure you it is not. Okay, but I'm going to talk more about that tomorrow. So recognizing sensations in your body is your very first clue that you need to take a deep breath and pause. Okay, and there are all sorts of places where this can occur, right? And understanding how your body reacts to your feelings can be complicated, and I get it. Okay, I have a feelings wheel. I don't have my phone up here, but I have a feelings wheel that I have on my phone, and when I feel a sensation and I can't find the thought that created the feeling, that created the sensation, I go on to a feelings wheel. So if you just Google feelings wheel, and I'll put one, you know what I'll do is I'll put tomorrow I will put one up. I'll put a link in my story when I like say, hey, join us for coaching at 12:30, because remember it's 12:30 on Mondays. And I let my eyes rove over the feelings wheel until I find the feeling that seems the most true. Okay, and then I write that down. Oh, I'm feeling apprehensive. I'm feeling unworthy. I'm feeling out of control. I think that was the one that I identified this morning, was feeling out of control, right? And as soon as I identify that feeling, I have trained myself and I have the neuronal pathways to kick into, oh, right, let's pause. And that's all you got to do, right? Because you're smart enough, you can pause, and eventually you'll be able to pause long enough and ask yourself the question, is this serving me? Right? And I'm out of control, not serving me so well, right? And so we fix it. We just fix it. That's all. Right? And I say fix it. I feel the feeling. I recognize the sensation in the barky poodle. And I have taught myself to take a deep breath and drop down into the German Shepherd of my higher being. And take deep breaths and feel my feet and breathe into my feet and say, oh, I wonder why I'm doing this. And all I have to do is make that one transition from out of control and being like, oh, right, that's voluntary, to I wonder. And guys, I wonder is voluntary too. It just feels better than out of control, right? And then from wonder, I can say, oh, look at all of these things that I'm doing. And it makes whatever it is that I'm dealing with like neutral. It makes it neutral. If I'm in curiosity, then it's like super neutral, right? And that's amazing. And so when you start feeling the yabby poodle of your lower being versus the German Shepherd of your higher being, or whatever suits you, right? You can pause. And when you come at it from curiosity, you can really work to understand that there's a new opportunity here. There's a new way to think, or you can keep thinking the way that you think, right? And so I was talking with somebody yesterday, and I recognized that when my kids get out of control, okay, and they are refusing to do their schoolwork and refusing to get along with their siblings, and they get significantly dysregulated, I hurt, okay, because there are thoughts there, and I haven't identified them all, about not being a good parent, not being the way I should be to keep my kids from doing what they are, doing what they're doing, okay? And a lot of that beating of the tar out of ourselves comes with the word should. I should be getting my business off the ground faster. I should be building my plant faster. I should be in a better place than I am right now, whatever the shoulds are. And this week is going to be a lot about where we are in that should conversation. And because in should, all we do is hug the cactus. Like, I call it the cauldron of should, where we literally boil ourselves alive, okay? And we beat ourselves up and we bludgeon ourselves saying, I should feel, think, do, act differently than I am. And it only makes everything worse, okay? And so that's the belief bludgeon, right? When you're feeling like you should be doing something, okay, and then you're like, oh my God, no, I should know better than this about whatever that something is, all of a sudden we double up on feeling miserable, right? And it all gets a whole lot worse, and we sink lower and lower and lower into our cauldron of should, and we sink into a cauldron of should, and we hug our cactus of insufficiency and not enoughness and all that sort, and we're miserable, right? We can grow neurons from that place, and I don't think they're the neurons that you actually want to grow. I don't think those are the neuronal connections that do you any good. But where the growth can really be is in teaching yourself to pause and recognize where you are, and then recognize what you want, okay? It's the same process that we have done over the past month. Telling yourself the truth of where you are, and the truth may be you are shoulding all over yourselves. Just look at your thoughts. If your thoughts are, and I should be doing this, you are shoulding all over yourself. You are not coming from a place of free choice. Okay, this is what we're talking about in the power group this month. So if you're interested in that, book a call, okay? Because we're going to do some really powerful work this month about choosing where we are and where we want to be, and coming at it from free choice and creating the freedom in our lives that we want by being in freedom right now, no matter the circumstances, right? Because when you drop the should, you allow freedom, no matter the circumstances, okay? When we feel unfree is when we freak out. Just look at the people who stormed the Michigan State House, right? Mm-hmm. And so there is a whole set of work about telling yourself the truth about what you are thinking and feeling, okay? And where you are. What is the truth about where you are? Okay? Even if it's just a thought, I should have lost the last 6 pounds, right? I could beat the tar out of myself with that. How does that thought make you feel? And then how are you acting? All right. And we're going to do this all this week because I really want to show you how to recognize the thoughts that are not serving you once you have decided to create a result in the world. Because I just went through it, right? I decided to create a result in the world. 5 new signups. Didn't work. And I did all of the work and figured it out. And now I can't wait to share it with you. Right? Because it's all about developing the capability. And when you beat the stuffing out of yourself, you can develop the capability to stop doing that. But it all relies on understanding what you're thinking and understanding what you're feeling and recognizing that maybe those feelings are always going to be there, right? Maybe those feelings are always going to be there. And you don't have to do anything about it, okay? And I did this thought exercise with my son and then with a client. Okay, when you recognize a thought that doesn't work for you, all you got to do is invite it in, Okay, invite that thought in and say, thought, I recognize you. Okay, so I have all of, and they're written down. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take these out, and in these last 4 minutes, I'm going to show you my thoughts. I'm pretty sure they're right here. Oh wait, no, they're another. Shoot, no, it's in another. I'll go get them. I'll go get them for tomorrow. But I name my thoughts, and they must be. I haven't done it in a while, so they must be in another notebook. I think I know where that notebook is. That notebook is over there. Those thoughts that I name, like the number one is Helena, okay, because it's all going to hell in a handbasket. And I was really in those thoughts at about Thursday and Friday, okay. And when Helena is coming for a visit and I don't recognize her, she takes over the whole damn house, right? Ask my family. Takes over the whole damn house. But when I recognized Helena coming for a visit, that it's all going to hell in a handbasket. And, oh, there you are, honey. Why don't you come on in? Come on in, grab yourself a cup of tea. There's the couch. Go sit on the couch. Have a nice, I promise you're here and you're totally welcome here. And you're just going to go sit on the couch over there, right? It's like having a guest at your party who you didn't really invite, but you're not going to be rude and kick them out because you know they're going to make a scene, right? This is what the Buddha did sitting under the Bodhi tree. He wrestled with Mara. And once he stopped wrestling, Mara stopped resisting. And Mara sat down and talked to the Buddha as an equal. Because those negative thoughts and feelings, they're all going to come. We've had them our whole lives. We're not getting rid of them. But we can develop new ways of relating to them. All right. And that's what we're going to do this week. We're going to develop new ways of relating to them. And we're really going to look at the results we declared last week. Okay. And whether or not they're going to get us the results we actually want. Okay. I did this with somebody the other day, and she had said, I want to weigh a certain weight, 180 something, maybe what was like 180. Okay. And I was like, okay, great. Let's walk that through and see what result you get. And we did it. And it did not end up with a result of 180. Okay. So that's the kind of work we're going to be doing all week this week. So bring your questions. Okay. Always feel free. I know y'all are shy and you don't want to type in the comments box, and I totally get it, but bring your questions. All right. Or shoot me a DM or whatever. I am here for you. This is super important work that we are doing together. All right. And I would love to work one-on-one with you. Book a blueprint call. You know, the URL is here on the Dirigo food safety page. You can go find her. You just shoot me a DM and I'll send you the URL and we can get on the horn. Okay. So much important work for us to be doing together. And it's my privilege to be able to work you. All right, my friends, it is the bottom of the hour. I have to go reinforce my bed because my bed broke. And I know what you all are thinking, and you're probably right. I love you all. Have a beautiful day. All righty, and we will see you at 12:30 tomorrow because coaching is at 12:30 on Mondays Eastern time. Bring a friend. Love you all. Bye-bye.